Why is the vocal trainer better than straw? I still like the straw, guys, if you have a really bad problem. If you've been diagnosed with a hemorrhage that you're rehabilitating, or polyps or things like that, or a scar, which is really insane. That's a whole nother conversation. I like to use the water and straw because it's easier on the voice. If you're just a normal singer and you're wanting to get stronger, this is what you do. Think of it like bench pressing. So I use a lot of workout analogies in my classes. I'm a big weightlifter, Pilates girl. I believe it's the fountain of youth. So imagine you're bench pressing, right? And so what you want to do is you want the vocal cords to move and to phonate, but you want the strap muscles, these muscles in the neck right here, you want them to quiet down and go to sleep. You also have a larynx that goes up and down. So I'm going to show you guys something. So those of you that are with us right now, I want you to put your hand on your neck here and you'll feel it. It's more prominent for a man because you feel that Adam's apple there. But what you're going to do is you're going to go, eh. Try that, eh. You'll feel it shoot up, right? Now do it again and go, go down. Open teeth, jaw down. The larynx goes down. A lot of singers, when they get higher in their songs, they tend to grab and pull more weight in the neck on the strap muscle, and you don't want to do that. And the larynx hikes and it chokes you out. It's very dangerous. So what the trainer does is it only lets you move the vocal cords. That's it. So think about all the muscles in the neck going to sleep and the vocal cords are awake. Or it's like a sit-up where you're doing a sit-up and you want to use your, right, you use your core. You don't want to use your neck and your back to pull you up. So what this does is it stabilizes you. So it looks like this. It's got little notches on it and it has an opening. So you see that opening right there all the way? And then we can close it all the way. I'm going to open mine all the way and I'm going to put it on notch 1. You can see it's on notch 1 if my fingers aren't in the way. As you raise the notches higher, the top of the trainer becomes more closed. That lever is more closed, so there's less of a hole, which creates more back pressure. It's like bench pressing and putting a ton of weight on that bar, on the bar, and benching, and then you put more plates and you get heavier. Now, the goal to that is that you don't want to put more plates on the bar and lose your form. You have to still keep your form, right? That's very important. So what the trainer does, it helps you keep your form. So you can hum through it. You're humming through it, by the way, you're not blowing. It's not a kazoo. And so when you hum, the vocal cords come together and they phonate and everything else in the neck goes to sleep. If you need a little bit more, you put it on notch 2 and you can be, you can go up with it. I just feel my vocal cords moving and working. I don't feel any tension in the neck and it's all resonating from my face, right? So that's the mix. That's the mixed voice that we want. So I think coming full circle, it's better than the straw because you can take it anywhere with you. It comes in a really nice case. You can throw it in your bag or your purse or your backpack. You don't have to carry around water bottles or cups. You don't have to carry around 3 different size straws. The lever and the notches on this are the size of the straws for you. Small diameter, large diameter. And so it's just very handy. And it also just gives you a little bit more back pressure when you're trying to add gain, right? We call lifting gains. You start seeing the gains when you're a weightlifter. You want to feel the gains and you want to hear the gains. And so you'll hear it with the trainer. Okay, next question. How does a vocal trainer actually help to expand the range? So when you're using the trainer and you've got all that back pressure and you're humming into it, it expands range because the vocal cords are working hard as muscles to come together and vibrate. They're working bottom, middle, and top. And so they actually lengthen and dampen. You can get vocal cords to look longer on a scope. They put a scope up your nose in a video and you're like humming, E-O. You can hear them phonating and vibrating and you can feel them. They're stronger with the trainer. So it expands the range because the more of the cord, more of that muscle is working. You're working the muscle in the vocal cord like you are any muscle in the body. Your bicep, your tricep, your shoulder, your lats, your back, your quads, your glutes. All those things are very important. So the only difference is the muscles inside the neck and we can't see it. We can only feel it. So it's very delicate. So that's why we need something that is in good function. I'm gonna get to some of these questions in a minute because I see them popping up. Is a vocal trainer suitable for beginners? Yes, the vocal trainer is great for beginners. Tell me how many of you guys have one of these? If you have one, raise your hand or give me a wave or give me a thumbs up. It's the best thing we've ever used, and it got rid of the water and straw. So beginners can use them, intermediate, advanced. They're for every single singer, and they're safe to use on your own if you don't have a teacher or you don't have a coach or somebody in front of you that understands this and how to work. Not all teachers are created equal, by the way. There's a lot of teachers out there that don't really understand breathing. They don't really understand their own instruments. They give you tips, but that's not anatomy. That's not teaching you about your anatomy, about your voice. You need a technician. It's a very, very different thing. It's like you go to your primary care physician for a heart issue. You don't want to do that. You want to go to an oncologist or a person that specializes in the heart or any other part of the body. So they're not mutually exclusive. So trainer will help you take advantage of doing all of this on your own. If you're trying to expand your range, you can hum through it. You can hum into it the choruses of your songs, and you'll see it right away. It's like an almost immediate response. I'm going to take some of your questions here now. Let me just go down a bit. Let's see. We had one from, I wanted to, how much better is this than regular SOVT and arpeggio exercises? I like to start with it. Because it's a safe way to start with it. A lot of times you can do an exercise that a teacher gives you or on your own, and you can do it wrong. And you don't want to do that. You can have an exercise that your friend does, but you have a different tendency in your voice. And so what it does is it goes with your problem or your tendency instead of against it, right? We want to go against your tendency. So if you're grabbing too much muscle, we want to smooth that out. If you're too breathy, we want to make the chord stronger. So that's very specific, and it's hard to explain just in a live, but the vocal trainer helps you do that safely on your own. We're getting some highs. Can this help if a singer loses his falsetto? Yeah, because what it's going to do, if you go, it's training the vocal cords at the top to touch. And so if you've lost the falsetto, the cords are now engaging and working just like your abs would be, your core, if you're doing a sit-up. You can't stop working out, guys. Working out is the fountain of youth. Okay, I'm in my 50s. I worked out my whole life, runner, lifter. I'm in the gym. I Pilates 3 days a week. I just got out of a class that I barely huffed and puffed through this morning. But you've got to keep moving, and you have to keep moving the voice. It's like when you get old person's voice, you hear older people, sometimes they start having that because their vocal cords are getting older as their body's getting older. And so talking is not enough. You have to work it out. I gave one of my mom these. She's 83 now, almost 84 next month. And she works out her voice, and I can hear it's getting a little weaker, but you want to have tools like this to strengthen your vocal at any age. I'm missing some of these questions. Let's see. Let's go back. Hang on. Well, now it's not letting me move. Okay. How many of you guys have one of these? How many? Can I see? Hi from Brazil. How is Brazil right now? I hope everybody's doing okay in Brazil. I have a lot of clients that are doing festivals out there recently. I think Sam Smith just did a big one in Brazil a few months back. And I have another client that's going to be there shortly as well. A couple other clients. Are there any more questions for me while you have me? Everyday people. Yes. Okay. What is the recommended time to vocalize using better voice before the gig starts? I do one of two things. So I will either warm my client up before sound check, and then we'll do just a quick top off or a pre-recorded warm up after that. But most of my clients like to warm up about an hour to an hour and a half before they go on. I like them around that hour and a half mark. And then they calm down, kind of zen before you go on stage, and then they might do a top off, maybe 5 minutes, just or using the trainer and doing those exercises one by one. It just kind of gets the cords to warm up safely so you don't do the exercises wrong. Hi from Puerto Rico. Love it, guys. I love that you're all joining me. If you don't have one of these, I hate to sound like an infomercial, but I guess it is kind of an infomercial, but you're still getting a lot of tips, right? But it's just amazing. It's bettervoice.store. You can get one of these. They're super affordable. I do think they do. We ship everywhere. It just takes a while. Because remember, guys, the owner is not Amazon. It's a small little company that's getting them out to everywhere all over the world. So it's not going to arrive on your doorstep in a day or two. It's going to take a week or maybe more. But you will get it eventually. You will get it. So order it. Hi from Colombia. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. It's a little later in Colombia right now. Did I answer that? Every day, people? Borake, am I saying that right? Got it. Thanks for answering. Yeah, so you guys have any more questions for me? Let me know. Oh, Bosnia. It took a month, but you got it. I'm glad you got it. You've lived your whole life without it, so a month isn't that bad, but you got it. And again, you guys, it's not Amazon. It's still a very small company. It's a very exclusive company. There's out of Salt Lake City, Utah, and they're getting them out as fast as they can. So, and hi France, hi from France. Hi from France, how we all doing? So those of you that are just joining us, hi from France, do you have tips on basic exercises? Yeah, so one of the things that you can do with the trainer, if we go down to the bottom, hang on, I gotta plug this in. I just had a session yesterday and had to take my little keyboard. One of these days, we'll do it downstairs where my grand piano is. It'll be really bright and beautiful downstairs, but this just is a more contained lighting scenario up here for me. So I'm gonna plug in the keyboard and we're gonna hit a couple. All right, so if you were going, that could be a man or a woman if you have a really deep voice. Better voice helps me so much. I love it. Yay, thank you. Is that Jose Luis? Yes. Okay. So we're gonna put it on. I'm gonna put mine on notch 2. I'm gonna get crazy. So I go like this, you see? And you see the opening? It's not very open. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. Look where my finger is. It's not that open. It's a little scary. That's a lot of weight on the bar. But you can do a running arpeggio. Go. Man, I really feel that. I really feel that. If it's really bothering you or it's just too much weight, open it up a bit. You can also do a short arpeggio with a repeat and vibrato. So if you want to practice your vibrato, you can go, half step, half step. I can only feel my chords moving. It's super, super cool. You can start on a C, D, E, F, G, below middle C for a female. And then you're going to start a little lower. You maybe start on a C, below middle C for a man. Some men can go a little bit lower, but you can just do running arpeggios. Also, if you have a favorite song and you're struggling with it, hum the chorus. If we do, what can we do? I'm going to do Olivia Rodrigo's Traitor because this was really hard. She goes, Traitor. Okay, the Traitor. You're still a traitor. So a lot of singers, that's really hard to do live. So they tap out and they go, Traitor. You don't want to do that. You also don't want to pull. Traitor. Choke yourself out with those strap muscles in the larynx. And so what we do is we hum the melody into it. If it's a male song, just do a male song. So we're going to start here. Go. Oh, wow. It popped right up into my head voice, right? Or right up into my mix and my head voice. But I want to sing it in mix. So I'm going to go, Traitor. So I'm going to go traitor, Why do I bring it in? Why do I not go traitor? Why is that bad? Can anybody answer that for me? Why would I use the trainer and go traitor and make it narrow? 10 points if you can answer that question. I'll wait. Have my coffee. Oh, wait, who can answer that? Why do I narrow and modify that vowel? Why? I love all your waves. We're going to go into another question until someone can answer. We got an answer. It spreads too wide and it's easier to get it higher. Okay, wait. Let's be specific. So it's better to go broad, wide, or it's better to be narrow? Which one? Which one is it? Because it sounds prettier. That's an effect. That's not a cause. There's a cause. Why do I go It's better to be narrow. Yes, it's better to be narrow, but why is it better to be narrow? Amber Cruz, why is it better to be narrow? Why? I'm gonna wait, hold on. It will strain your vocal cords. Well, it does strain your vocal cords when you go too broad, but the biggest reason it strains the vocal cords, guys, is because the strap muscles here start to grab and to pull. Those are the ones that strain. That's how we have singers with vocal dysphonia. That's where the strap muscles get so strong that the vocal cords go to sleep and they give up, and you can scope a person and their cords look totally pristine, but they sound terrible. Why? Because these are choking them out. It's a huge problem. Trainer won't yet let you do that. Yeah, so one of the reasons we go narrow is so the muscles relax and the larynx goes down or cradles neutral. We don't want it going up. There's some people that do high larynx exercises and do it in the studio for dirt and effect, but you have to be a very advanced singer to do that safely, because if you do it all day, every day, and your larynx is hiking, you're going to have vocal issues for sure. Amber Cruz, I'm straining my eyes. Yes, this is part of the age factor. I just know that narrowing the vowel in the higher notes makes it easier to hit them. It does make it easier to hit them, but we have to ask ourselves why, which I just explained. It's easier to hit them because those strap muscles are not grabbing and choking out the vocal cords, which are here, and the larynx is going low. If I go, trade-off, my larynx is going up. If I go, take a deep breath, larynx goes down, keep it down, trade-off. If I do that, my larynx is going down. They can get together and phonate without the neck muscles grabbing and choking me out. Did I answer that question? I hope that I did. Okay, hold on a second. Let's go back. We've got some other interesting questions. Do you use the trainer in a specific quality? Like if you want to practice legit singing or something else, you use the trainer to adjust the quality. Alma, yes, 1000%. When your vocal cords get stronger, you're going to adjust the tone and the quality of your voice out the gate. It's going to become richer, and it's going to become fatter, and it's because the muscles are stronger. Think about weightlifting in the gym, and you're getting all ripped and shredded. So you're adjusting the quality of not just your health, but your body and the way that your muscles work and the way that your body works. Your vocal cords are doing the same thing. The only difference is we can't see it because it's in our neck. And that's why all vocal coaches are not created equal. We're dealing with anatomy. So get this. A massage therapist, at least in California, needs 600 hours of practice after they've done a 6-month course to put their hands on someone and massage them. A voice teacher needs nothing. They need nothing. They can just give you a business card or a website and say, oh, I'm a voice teacher because I play, or I can sing a little. It's super dangerous. Choose wisely. Not all teachers are created equal. Many are not, unfortunately. I have seen. There are a handful that are phenomenal, but most of them are, some of them can actually hurt you. Or they have some good information, but not other good information. And so you just really vet your teacher. Super important. There was another, do I offer private vocal lessons? Yeah, that's all I do. I do private voice lessons for singers all over the world. I have a team that help me. I have associate teachers that work at my studio in Studio City, and we do FaceTime all over the world. If you guys want to do a 30-minute with one of my teachers, you can reach me at official Val Morehouse on Instagram, or you can go to my website, valeriemorehouse.com, and hit contact. I will personally get back to you. And then my assistant Danielle will follow up and we'll get you going. So valeriemorehouse.com, MOREHOUSE, or official Val Morehouse is my Instagram. And you can reach out and we can get you a lesson and we can show you personally how to use this. Okay, questions are pouring in. Do you recommend jaw massage? Yes, jaw massage is huge. Braden, correct me if I'm wrong, our creator of Better Voice is on with us today. Do we still have that jaw roller? There's a jaw roller, but jaw massage is great because we got a lot of singers with TMJ. It's a huge problem. My teacher told me to use Oh God, I can already tell this is not going to be good, but I'm going to put my glasses on for this. My teacher told me to use inner strength to reach high notes in head voice. Can you tell me what I do? What does that mean? Okay, so that right out the gate is a little bit dangerous for me. When you call inner strength, like, what does that mean? You don't know what it means. That means she doesn't really know what it means, or he. One of the things that's very dangerous when that person is talking about inner strength, I imagine they're talking about like core or diaphragm to hit those notes. That's very dangerous. Why? Because we have a solar plexus muscle that sits down here. It's very strong and it can withstand, let's say, 50 pounds of pressure. The voice here, balancing the SPA, sound producing anatomy, it's in my book, that can withstand 5 pounds of pressure. So if you're bench pressing and you put 5 pounds on one side and 50 on the other, what's going to happen? It's going to topple over. You don't use inner strength. You breathe into the cage, but your balancing comes up here. That question, you need a voice lesson. You need an online voice lesson with a teacher that really understands that. The inner strength that they're talking about is probably stomach or diaphragm. You don't want to use that. It will blow your voice out. You have to balance your anatomy and your vocals up here first before you hit the support. Otherwise, you're going to ruin your car. You'll have this beautiful car and you won't know how to drive it and you'll just floor it and you'll ruin your instrument. So just be very, very careful of that. If they don't know what it means and they didn't explain it to you and you don't know what it means, you might be in the wrong place and you might not have a teacher that knows what they're talking about. Okay, hold on. How about singers with vocal nodules? Yeah, if you have vocal nodes, be very careful. Use water and straw. See a speech therapist for sure. But nodes, you have to train very carefully and you just put it on notch 1. It would be so very, very gently, but you have to have a specific teacher that does rehab for singers, not just a voice coach. You just can't call up a voice coach and go, oh, hey, by the way, some of the voice coaches, I don't want to name any names and be disparaging in any way, shape, or form, but there are teachers that have big vocal coach, like client lists that are not really doing rehab. They're performance coaching. They're not rehab specialists, right? There's a big difference. You have to do your homework. You can read about all of this, by the way. If you guys don't have this, it's on Amazon. It's very inexpensive. It's a better voice, and it's by me. And it's about a 2-hour read. There's tons and tons and tons of information in here, photos. All of my students from Sam Smith wrote my foreword. We've got 5 Seconds of Summer in there, Steve Aoki, the Chainsmokers, Christina Perri, Rascal Flatts, who are going back on tour for anyone that are country fans. But it's stories from the music industry front lines and what singers did and how they got back on stage and how we got them back on stage, what they did wrong. And how we rehabilitated them. And so really, really important stuff. So if you guys don't have it, please go grab a copy of my book. I swear it's not boring. It's not just about vocal health. It's stories from the music industry. It talks about the mind games of being on tour. There's a lot of useful information. It also will talk a little bit about the trainer. So if you don't have yours yet, guys, again, it's bettervoice.store. Bettervoice.store. Bettervoice.co is what you're on today. We will do another one of these in the next few weeks, but I wanted to hop on today because it's been a minute and I wanted to reach out to everybody and encourage you to plug in with your voices. If you need a voice lesson, you can get a hold of me. I have a staff that helps me and works for me. It's ValerieMorehouse.com. There's a contact page. Reach out to me and we will get you started, or you can DM me at official Val Morehouse. And again, this is bettervoice.store. Get your trainer. Best thing I've ever used. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Short and sweet. I hope I answered your questions to the best of my ability in a short amount of time. I appreciate you always. All the other places that joined us today, France, Turkey, Brazil, Dubai. Thank you for hopping on and being a part of this with us. We really appreciate the unity and the community, and we'll see you very soon.